I recently received this Matchbox Superfast number 15 casting, the Hi-Ho Silver, from KarsNKoffee over on Whatnot as a gift. The minute I saw this casting, I fell in love with it. I don't think I've ever seen the Hi-Ho Silver before, but I knew the casting. The casting was familiar to me. Now, this has a number 31 on the top, which someone made a comment and asked about the number 31, like if I knew what it was, or like what the significance was. Well, it turns out that this casting, the reason I'm familiar with it, is it's identical to the VolksDragon Matchbox Superfast number 31 that you've seen me do a couple times before. I did it once as Herbie the Love Bug and once as a post-apocalyptic Gasland style build. And so I'm guessing that's where the 31 comes from. They probably intended this just to be a VolksDragon variation all along. Who knows? You'll notice, see there on the inside, there's the 31 again, 31/4, which, who knows, maybe the /4 stands for part number 4 in this assembly. The number 31 appeared, I think, on 2 other pieces, as I recall, that I noticed as I was working on it, which kind of surprised me, but at least it's an explanation. I don't know how come this one's numbered 15. They must have taken Matchbox Superfast number 15, whatever it was, out of the lineup, and Hi-Ho Silver became the replacement. Who knows? All I know is I love the casting. I love the look of this little Hi-Ho Silver VolksDragon casting. So when I saw it in the box of stuff, I couldn't resist. I had to work on this. And I thought, I'm not going to do a custom. I'm going to do a Restomod because I really like the Hi-Ho Silver, and it's silly. It's just silly. The hat's on the side. Why is there even a number on the roof? Who knows? It's cool to me. I liked it, so I wanted to keep it. So what I ended up doing, I took photos of the decal set that's on there, the tampos that are on there, and recreated a set as best I could. And I think they turned out pretty well. I didn't see anybody who had them for sale, and to be honest, for just a single little set like this, I wanted to do it anyway, depending upon how they looked. And I'm really happy with the results, and we'll see those later. But, did the standard process, taking this thing apart, drilling it. There's only one post there, as you see at the back half of the car. The headlights are what hold the front half of the car in place. And so, threw it in the citrus strip, got all the paint off of it. It's time to file it. And this is obviously highly accelerated. You see that nasty ridge across the front hood, front bonnet, whatever you want to call it, the trunk, since the engine's in the back, right? The frunk. So that had to go. There was no way I was going to leave that ugly line, that ugly casting line sitting there. There were some other kind of rough spots on it, and so I wanted to get those out, filed those out of the way, tried to smooth out some stuff on the roof, smooth out some stuff, as you can see there, on the back fenders. Since this is a Restomod, I didn't want to clean it up too much, if that makes sense. I wanted to keep it somewhat similar to original, get some of the excessive stuff off of there, but keep some of that original, I don't know, quaintness to what there was. The original funkiness of it. I don't know, you tell me. I just knew what I wanted to do. I did not want to get body putty out or anything like that, so I didn't do that. It was only limited to filing some things down, and so that's where I kept it. And again, the worst thing was that line right there that you see me working on. Once that was done, And after going over it with the buffing wheel, the red Scotch-Brite pad on the Dremel tool, I dunk it in IPA to get all the junk and oils and just the nastiness that's left over from that process off before painting. For this one, I was going to use a different paint. I had a tiny bit of paint left. It went horribly, so this ended up going in the stripper again, which I probably shouldn't have used a really old can of paint that had very little left. And I went back to my Color Shot paints. This is Color Shot Marshmallow. There you see it's white. And I made up the decal set for it. Again, laser printing those in a color laser printer. I believe I've mentioned I do that before. I do buy a lot of my decals, but the ones I do myself, I print on an old color laser jet printer that I've had, easily 6 years now. When I got it refurbished off Amazon as it was. And it's worked reliable for me since then. I printed these on white decal paper since the body color is white, so I didn't have to do white toner decals. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I use the Sunny Scopa decal sheets, the decal paper. I'll get that in either white or in clear. I get that off Amazon in case anybody's curious. What you see me putting down there first before I put the decals down is I put microset. I brush that on, then I put the decals on. Once all the decals are on, I go over that then with microsol to soften up the decals, get them to adhere a little bit better and suck down to the shape, which for the doors on this, it wasn't critical. For the hood, it was the Hi-Ho Silver you see there, it was a little more critical. For the roof decal, it was especially critical because of the shape of the roof. Yeah, what you're seeing there is a Hot Wheels COE. Why? I'm going to steal the wheels off of it. The wheels on the COE casting, the size of them I found works exceptionally well on the VolksDragon casting and also on bone shaker castings. So I've picked up a bunch of these in the past. This might be the last one I have. I'm going to have to check because if it is, I'm going to need to find more. They're real riders. I do want to change the color of the wheels themselves. What's nice is you can just peel those rubber wheels off or rubber tires off. I end up shooting the wheels with the color shot, again, marshmallow gloss clear paint. And the wheels have sprayed up always really well. The engine itself, it's not in great shape. It's in a lot better shape than in some I've seen on the VolksDragon, where a lot of times it's just flat out missing. This one had the whole engine intact. But it's not it's not an exceptionally well cast piece. It is plastic, or however they make it, but it is plastic. I dunked this, as you'll see here, I'm just wrapping a wire around a screw that I put into the bottom of it. So I can dunk it in super clean to peel that chrome off of it. I'm not going for a chrome replacement color, just a basic silver. I think what I did, as I recall, is Color Shot Metallic. Oh, gauzy, almost missed it. I went with the Color Shot Metallic Silver. So it is a metallic silver, but not chrome silver. Thought about going over it with chrome pins, didn't. I didn't want that chrome look on this. Though plastic windshield. That thing spent easily all day outside in hydrogen peroxide trying to get the yellow out. I don't know if it got any of it out or not, but cleaned it up, threw it in gauzy to shine it up. I'm happy with the results, and I don't think it stands out as being too yellow. Here you see the car after the decals are on. It's time for me to put that engine back in the back. It just kind of pops in place. I thought about putting a screw into it since the original part I had drilled out. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to CA glue this in place. So once I had it pressed in there, I did detail under the scoop with black paint because I didn't want the silver to show like it did on the original. I made some really small refinements to this, like doing the wheel swap. That interior, the back half, I don't know if you noticed when I was first taking it apart, but the back half of that plastic interior was kind of screwed up. I did clean it out a little bit and then CA glued it into place. I painted one of the belts on the engine black. As far as the base, I repainted the base again with gloss black. What I did though is instead of just leaving the headlights black on the original Hi-Ho Silver, I painted them with the chrome pins so that you see the headlights with the reflectiveness of the headlights with a black band around them once it's stuck through the body. And you'll see that here in the finished result. But again, I detailed it, but not super detailed. I picked some things out that I wanted to just enhance this build a little bit and still have it look kind of like the original. I didn't want to make it dramatically different than the original. So there you have it. There's how it ended up. I love this little Hi-Ho Silver casting. It's cute to me. I thought about painting the chute on the back and I thought, nah, I think it would detract from it. So I like the wheel change on this and making the replacement decals. I couldn't be happier with those. I hope you like this build. I know I do. Thanks for watching these videos. Thanks again to KarsNKoffee for giving me the car. And everybody, stay safe and healthy out there. I'll catch you in the next one.